Hi, I'm Sharen Cornils, and today I'm going to be making a tricolored pepper and Gorgonzola Bruschetta that I saw sort of the same recipe on Barefoot Contessa and thought it'd be a great thing to do for my family. It's good as an hors d'oeuvre, it's good as a first course, and with a nice big salad it actually makes a wonderful meal. So it's fairly simple, there's a few steps, but otherwise it's something anybody could do at any time, and the Gorgonzola is what really makes it fantastic. So we start by slicing bell peppers. I use 3 colors, obviously, because it's called tricolor bruschetta, but you can use any color bell pepper. I happen to choose today red, yellow, and orange just because it's so pretty. But you could use green bell peppers, red bell peppers, whatever you want to. Take 3 bell peppers and slice them. You need to clean them out, obviously. Clean all the little white bits out of them. And I cut off whatever's going to make it difficult to cut, and just save that for some other time to use in omelets or what have you. And then you just slice the bell pepper in fairly uniform little slices. I already have some sauteed here. They're sauteing in a little olive oil. I have a little bit of shallot in there already, but I'm going to add a little bit more shallot, just chopped finely. It'll pretty much disappear. It sort of melts into the peppers as you're doing it. And 1 clove of garlic. To show you, I'm sure most of you know this already, but there's a little trick to help with the caramelizing, and it has to do with adding about 1/2 teaspoon of sugar. And sugar is what makes the caramelization process, kind of moves it along a little bit. I'm going to put about 1/2 teaspoon of kosher salt. I like to use kosher salt in cooking. And about 1/4 teaspoon of ground pepper. So while these are sauteing and getting nice and limp, so you want to cook them on just about a medium heat to make sure that the peppers get nice and caramelized and easy to work with. I'm going to move to the baguette. I use a baguette of French bread. You could use stale French bread if you have it at home too, because we're going to be adding things to it and we're going to also be broiling it. And then as another easy trick, I put tin foil over the baking dish, because when I put the Gorgonzola on top of the bruschetta, some of it's going to fall onto the baking dish, the baking pan, just because that's the way Gorgonzola is. And so just for ease, and cleaning up afterwards. So I'm going to stick these in the oven to broil just until they're barely brown. You can buy Gorgonzola cheese already crumbled, but it has a tendency to dry out. So I buy the Gorgonzola in the small, you don't need a whole lot. So actually 1 little hunk of Gorgonzola about that big is enough for at least 2 recipes. Now we're going to assemble the bruschetta. So I take a little of the pepper and place it on top of each piece of French bread, the baguette, and try and get some of each color on each baguette. Move these apart a little bit. Prepared to get your fingers dirty, because we need to put this wonderful Gorgonzola on each piece. And I haven't found a way to do this with a spoon that works better than my fingers. Now you see why I put the tin foil down there, because otherwise you get bruschetta melted on your cookie sheet I was thinking about whether you could use some other kind of cheese besides Gorgonzola, and I just can't think of, I mean, you could use feta cheese, but the Gorgonzola is so rich, and you only need a little bit of it on each piece. I'm just going to add a few capers to each piece. Doesn't have to be a lot. And then last but not least, I'm going to take some of the herb de Provence. Oh, that is so lovely. Just a little teeny bit, because you don't want to overcome or overshadow the Gorgonzola. Now this is going to go back in the oven and under the broiler just until the cheese melts. So you want to really watch it closely. In fact, I'm going to turn the broiler down to low. Okay. Oh yeah. I wish you guys could smell this. So what we have on the table are the completed bruschetta, tri-pepper bruschetta with Gorgonzola cheese, with lovely bottle of red wine. And you can imagine with a great big green salad, this would make a lovely meal or lunch.